from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Sam Darnold and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
A first down throw for Brissett. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
T.Y. Hilton.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week.
Here we go. 58 to the money. 58 to the money. Tighten up, tighten up.
Play action. It's Darnold. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On the ground, it's Geis. They find some open field here. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there out of Geis. 44 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
from the 13 now. They work on 1st and 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
He was brought down.
A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 17 carries, 52 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Marlon Mack, the ball carrier.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
A gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against him.
And he's got Lockett. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Indianapolis.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8. At the 40.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7, Colts nothing.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip at his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
On the move to his left. Winds up. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. From the 31, Brissett. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd and 4.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Brissett again, taken in by the tight end Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
Down at the 18-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Brissett's pass.
Whoever the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 20-yard.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
Josh Lambo.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taken at about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9, from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
58 to the money. 58 to the money. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. It got his man, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there, 78 yards, and the Jaguars add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. There's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Brissett on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Brissett. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Colts.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
No gain on the play.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Geis. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now, that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to the ground game now with Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Curtis Samuel with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
To lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got...
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got him. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's
yeah, they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, here's Brissett. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Caleb Chason with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
It's been fun.
That's been mesmerizing.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
You know, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. But now it'll be 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Brissett. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Push him back. Push him back. Hey, watch that. Check, hey. Kill. Yo.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Jack Doyle.
He got 29 yards that time.
First down, Indianapolis.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The ball carrier.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. To throw, Brissett. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. 13. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll try and burn some clock with Geis. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
The ball carrier.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
58's the money. 58's the money. Man, that's trash.
Throwing again is Darnold. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will extend this big lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Doyle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Coaches do that.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Brissett now. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. On play action, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row.
He's got a man, complete, 30, past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Lambo on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Josh Lambo, the kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
24-yard gain.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Today's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.